Gotten. So welcome, all of you. Today is August the 31st. I can't believe that. It's amazing how this year is going past. But thank you for being here, all of you, and especially Filmza from South Africa, because she's not feeling too well. So we're all sending our love to you. But I'm hoping that Dr. Maureen will be here soon. Hi, Carolina from Chile.
Hi.
Yeah. And I think Marlene is the one who doesn't know everybody here. So Marlene is our newest entry, coming in as a regional chair in Tennessee, which is on the East Coast. Yes.
No, it's in the center, south.
It's in
You're not on
it's
the,
in the center.
Do you consider the East Coast? I'm more East Coast in Carolina.
I thought the same.
Okay, I'll have to check my geography. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
I feel bad now. So I do have a slide of all of us. So I was just going to show you that, if I may. But before we do that, I thought it'd be fun to just say a quick hello, each of you, so you get your voice on the screen. So I thought, just as a little icebreaker, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself and where you're from, and tell us something unusual about you, nothing to do with this movement, but something about you and your life that you'd like to share that you have never shared with us before. Who would like to go first?
Me.
Come on. Okay, Carolina, tell us who you are, where you're from, and tell us something unusual about you that so we get to know.
Well, I'm Carolina. I'm from Santiago, Chile. I live here. I born here, and well, I traveled a lot. I have a 22 years old daughter who studies in France. Well, she's everything for me. Yeah, she left me last week, so right now I have a little hole in my heart, but yeah, it's normal. Yeah. Something unusual about me, I'm a pet rescue. I have a shelter here at home. I have I have a lot of dogs, cats, also a parrot, and all of them are well, I have blinds with 3 legs. I have 4 cats who has something like Down syndrome. Yeah, with special abilities, and they are my family here. So yes, for that reason, maybe you can see my parrot who comes here, or one of my dogs. Barf is in English, or yeah, or one of my cats comes here, and yeah, that's me.
Thank
I
you.
have a shelter at home. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Would you like to invite somebody else to be next? Chair, who would you like to go next?
You.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm Pauline Crawford, but something that I love in my life is dancing. So just so you know, in my 40s, I was persuaded by the dance mistress who was teaching my daughter ballet that I should go to her dance class, which was about modern dancing. And then she persuaded me to do my medals in disco dancing. So I have my bronze, silver, and gold disco medals in my 40s.
Oh.
Wow.
And there I was wearing my black lycra all-in-one. Can you imagine it? With my purple leggings, leg warmers. And you have to go in front of an instructor. It was very, very challenging. But anyway, I love dancing. So that's mine. That's my alter ego. So I'm going to pass to Annette.
Yeah, great to be here. I'm Annette from Germany. I live near Cologne, if you maybe know one or the other city in Germany. Yeah, I want to bring more love and peace, especially to companies and also to the world, because I think that's what we need. And I think, Peter, you just mentioned it. that times are going to, at present it looks as if times will be going to be more challenging, and therefore I think, yeah, appreciation and peace will be needed even more. Yeah, and something that I did at the beginning this year, I never thought that I would do this. I attended a very nice evening in London, and yeah, there was some awards that were given, and I received one as well. And the other thing was, they asked who would like to walk on the catwalk. And I had a very nice red evening dress, and I really did so. And it was the first time in my life that I'd been walking on a catwalk. And yeah, it was an amazing experience. And I would say that one is never too old to do something very new and uncommon. And I would like to pass on to Humza.
Thank you very much, Annette. I love your glasses and your lipstick. Wow. Well, it's evening this side, morning to everyone. My name is Phumza Gyani. I am based in South Africa. And I think one of the passions I've developed in my, I'm 47 this year. It's a very strange because I've had a very hectic and adrenaline-driven life. But at this stage of my life, I've just fallen in love with flowers, just buying flowers every weekend. And I think for me, it's the realization that, you know, life has everything. Life will sort itself out. Life has prosperity that we're all searching for. And there's everything that is available for us in nature. Because I just see, it's just amazing. And I'm starting to be a little farmer that's farming strawberries and all of those things. So it's a very nice kind of slower pace of my life, and I'm really finding meaning in it. Thank you.
Who would you want to pass to?
And I'd like to pass on to Feroz.
Oh, hi, thanks. I could go on forever. I've been very lucky. I've had lots of exciting things done in my long life. But just a quick background. I am Asian ancestry, Indian and Persian, I guess, about 3-4 generations ago, but born in Africa. So I'm Asian by ancestry, African by birth, and then European and American by nationality. And this is my 6th country, being in the US. So I was born in Zanzibar, grew up in Kenya, finished high school in England, went to university in Scotland, came to work in England, got transferred to Belgium for a couple of years, traveled a lot to Germany, Annette, and then got transferred to the US, firstly to Chicago, and then Charlotte, North Carolina. So nobody likes me. They keep moving me from place to place. So, but in terms of something different that I've done, that there are several things, but let me be on the light side. When I was, I don't know, 20 or 21, I got the chance to work for 4 days at a golf tournament, which was for amateurs and professionals at a club, Sunningdale Country Club in England. And there were lots of, I was surprised. I got picked to be a barman, even though I was a kip-fit person and didn't drink that much in those days. But anyhow, you know, my unique thing was I got the chance to make lots of drinks for 007, Sean Connery.
Oh, yeah, I love him.
Who was playing there, and I discovered that you know, he didn't drink vodka martinis. He was more a whiskey and soda person because he was Scottish, of course.
Yes.
But anyhow, it was nice. I made lots of money on tips, but it's one of those experiences one gets that you know, you don't forget.
So who would you like to pass on? We're just, Maureen, we're just doing unique things in our life.
Oh, let's
Who
go
would
to
you like
Marlene.
pass?
I'm Marlene Foster, and I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois, and I love snow. I mean, I could tell you, two things hit my mind, and one was that my daughter said that I am so embarrassing to her because I would go, if it snows, I would go and just lie down right in the snow and do snow angels. And I ask a strange woman one day, I said, hey, come, give me, would you mind taking a photograph of me? I said, no. When she took the photograph, I said, videotape me. My daughter was in the window and she just slid down, went down toward the floor. She was so embarrassed. She just did embarrassed, guys. And I just wanted to tell you just quickly that I was a law student at one time, and my icon has always been Thurgood Marshall. It still is. And so he's the president was coming of his association was coming here to Memphis to speak at a conference. So I said, I gotta go to that. And I had already applied for the scholarship, guys. And so there I am trying to get through the door to get the scholarship to law school. So I go in and I'm listening to her. I mean, she was phenomenal. People ran up to the stage and they were just huddled all around the base of the stage. So I said, I'm gonna go up here and see maybe I could maybe squeeze through and maybe say a few words to her. Yeah, by the time I got in through the crowd, there was like an adrenaline that seized me and said, get up to the front of this, get up to the front to where she could see you right at the base of the stage. So when she got up to the front, her telephone rang, she went to answer it. And so when she came back, I raised my hand and said, I said to her, what do you feel would be something that's really impeccable that you'd like to see on one of the applications for a scholarship for Thurgood Marshall Fund? And she said, well, young lady, she said, first tell me what's so special about you. And so I told her, what I was planning to do after law school, and that Thurgood Marshall was always my icon. So I just went on and on and on with it. And the crowd just applauded. They was going, yes, yeah. And so then she said, I'll tell you what, she came down off the stage, brought me her business card, put it in my hand and said, fax me. She said, and I want you to fax me the question that I asked you today. Now I have to ask all of you, do you think I got the scholarship?
Thank you. Thank you. So,
I got it. I got the scholarship.
You got it. So who would you like to pass to? Is Lucas or Maureen?
Okay, I only see 4 individuals. You said, what are the 2 names again? What are the 2 names? I just have to choose them because I don't see.
Lucas.
Oh, I know. You said Maureen. Maureen, of course. Marlene.
Maureen. This is a new regional chair for you, Maureen, from Tennessee. Maureen, what can you tell us about you that's a very unique experience that we don't know yet about you?
Good morning, everybody. It's so great to be here. This is like my 3rd Zoom meeting for the morning, so you can tell that I love to be in front of people. And something that you probably don't know about me is that I love to dance. I love to dance, and every morning after my meditation, I get up and I dance to one of my favorite songs is I Thank God. And it is really, really upbeat, and it's done by so many people, but this one group that I love, Maverick, they have such a way of portraying that. And I dance not only for the sake of dancing, but I dance in order to be able to make my body stronger. So from meditation into dancing, and it is very uplifting music. And I tell you, so that's what I love to do. The second thing I love to do is to get up in the morning and center myself and pray and commit my day into the hands of the Lord. And I don't do that alone. I told you I love people. So I have a group of 20 women, believe it or not, who come every morning at 6, from 6 to sometimes 7, 8:30, every morning, 7 days a week. And we pray, and we don't only pray for ourselves. We're praying for this nation. We're praying for global leaders. We're praying for transformation. And that's 3 things. And I have a deep passion also for storytelling, especially when it comes to stories of resilience, transformation, and hope. And I love to inspire people to turn their pain into purpose. I find a lot of joy in mentoring people. That's why I'm before them. And my journey has taught me that faith, education, and helping others discover their inner strength is what I love to do. So I love to storytell, dance, aerobics, meditation, and prayer. That's me.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Mhm.
And thank you, Maureen. And so Lucrest, your last but not least, tell us what is.
I understand why I went last because I have so much in common with many of you. I absolutely love to dance too. In particular, when I was in college, I stumbled upon an African dance class, and that was just where I found my heart. But I do love all kinds of dance. Uh, Something unusual about me is I ran a marathon. And it took me, I ran a marathon and I got to that point of running a marathon. Usually it takes people's years to decide or to train or get their mind right to run a marathon, which is 26.2 miles. But I did it in 11 months. So I was just, it was like running madness. And I was like, I'm going to get this goal. And then went from, walking to jogging to running a 5K, which is about 3.1 miles, and then running the 10 miler down Broad Street so I could see all the sights in the city of Philadelphia, because that's where I was born and raised. That's not where I live now, but that's where I was born and raised. And it was amazing. And I have all the medals to show for it. And I was still running.
Wow.
Then I got tired of running and now I'm lifting weights. Oh yeah, and I'm raising chickens.
Oh, wow.
Raise chicken.
Chickens.
We have chickens now. I'm like, oh, I didn't know life was gonna be like this, but you just go with the flow of the Lord. That's what
That's
it is.
right. I agree. I agree.
Well, what an amazingly talented group of people we are. We haven't even got half of the people here. So I think it's really important to understand these wonderful differences in our lives and what we've done differently. And as we get to know each other, the more we can spread those stories out. And as Maureen talked about, and we're going to talk just about stories again, but stories are really important. And I'll tell you a little quick one. I was in Prague working in 1990 something or other, and everybody said, oh, you know that President Clinton is coming through here today. I said, oh, really? So I went down to wait on the street to see him pass, and he was late. So I said to my girlfriend, look, I can't be bothered to wait, it's too cold. So we went up into the city and saw all the and all the sights and everything, and then we came back down and all the people were still there. And as we arrived at the street, this huge, great black limousine came past, and there was President Clinton in the car, waving. That's the closest I've got to President of America in Prague. There you go. Just everything happens for a reason. So all of you, it's wonderful for us to be here together. I will be introducing that to you, Maureen, that Marlene is going to be a chair for you, a regional chair in Tennessee. So that's really good. We've got a lot of chairs now. So I'd like to share a few slides because I put all of us together on the map so that we can just register who we are. And you can't make it, but we do have a new man on board alongside for us, who's going to be part of the Global Advisory Council. And this is something I want to share with you because I think it's something we need to build so we have another level of experience coming in. And it's important that we understand the bigger picture that's happening and some of the things that are going on. So there's just a few here that I want to just, and I'm hoping this will help you as well. Marlene is just getting to understand what we're all about. And why can't I see that? Oh, here it is. I do dislike technology a lot. So as you know, just so we all remember, and for Marlene especially, our wing started as Positive Masculinity. That was the invitation from Dr. Harmeen back in 2022. And this was on the basis that there was a big movement in Africa called Positive Masculinity, which was 6 presidents coming together, and this included DRC Congo, South Africa, Senegal, Ghana, Togo, Rwanda. I think I've got them all. But they came together to stand up as men and say, we want to eliminate violence against women and girls. So that was the overall proposition. And as we moved forward, and I was very passionate about authentic harmony between men and women, that's our mission, I asked Dr. Habin if we could change the title of the wing. So the wing is now Authentic Harmony and Positive Masculinity. Dr. Habin wanted to retain that name because of the movement, and also to bring that inclusivity with men, which we know is really important. So we do have a LinkedIn page, which this is the heading for, and I just created it with some of our heads in here. You'll see other people in here who you may not have ever seen on a meeting. There's Maria Rosa Carrion in Manila, and unfortunately the timing across the world is a bit exclusive for her coming in today. But I am really wanting us to refocus on what the mission is, because the mission is on lighting up a new narrative which embraces all. And it gets very much about knowing ourselves, tuning into others, and creating new dialogue. And that's why I did that exercise today. We want to get to know each other. What are the extra things that we do in our life? We can start a dance troupe, we can start a singing group. We know that as we lead others, we want to create authentic power. We want to step into our own power, step into harmony, of course, and step into world peace. And it's really important that we start with some sense of who we are. At core, our choice to be who we are, our choice to be here, our choice to know that we start everything with intentions. We take ownership of what we do, and we take responsibility. And as Feroz mentioned it earlier, there is a lot going on in the world that is traumatic. We have wars, we have marginalization, we've got genocide, we've got domestic violence, we've got violence on our streets. We know things are happening in this country, in the USA, in my country, UK, and I'm sure in all of your countries as well. And that's really the bonus of being a world organization. The vision for me is to do something different to the past, because the past basically doesn't work as far as I can see. And it is about people and love and women and men and relaxing and health and dance and flowers. It's all the things that we talked about. And our vision is it's about a joint custody world. So many of the chairs of the 100, so G100 is 100 topics, 100 wings, and we are one wing. But our wing is very special because we absolutely include men. And we talk about it being a women-centric approach to the world, that joint custody is not a fight, it's in harmony. So I want that to be really clear to you, because that, for me, is really important. And we started off, those of you who were with me in 2022, 2023, we actually ran monthly sessions, and we talked about heartfelt, authentic harmony. And this was from Maureen. Maureen came up with the idea of heartfelt, and with these words, which spell heartfelt. And we spent some time and we talked in wisdom circles across all of our chairs, some more than others. And that laid a foundation for us for this year. And this year, things have got more traumatic in the world. So we need to really understand that love is at the heart of everything we do. The integrity is really important, and the wisdom. Now, understanding differences for me is the basic of everything. So I think it's fabulous that we've got different everything here. We've got different ages, different nations, different preferences, different ethnicities, different experiences. And it's all about having the conversation. So here is our world map at the moment. And just making sure you understand. So here we have myself, we have Feroz, and oops, let me go back. And this is our new Global Advisory Council member, number 1, and there will be more. So this is Dr. Habin invites us to create a council, and Liu Liu is actually in England. He's obviously Chinese origin, but he's an amazing gentleman, and he works with a lot of harmony, but with the London Intercultural Center. And I only met this gentleman last week, but he's absolutely fabulous. And the London Intercultural Center actually stretches across the world. So there'll be more of that as we go forward. And he's also part of the Global Chamber, which I've just joined, the Global Chamber of Commerce, which is a worldwide organization. And I will send you all more detail because I think it's an amazing organization. In the last 3 weeks, I have met so many amazing people who have embraced me. So I was on a session yesterday, just so you know what I was about. And I shared with them about the vision of authentic harmony and what we're doing. And the founder said to me, so who do you want to meet? So I said, I want to meet Melinda Gates. And he said, we'll see if we can do that for you. So the reason I wanted to meet Melinda Gates is Melinda Gates, as you know, is now separate from Bill Gates. She's now got her own foundation. She's in her 60s and she's doing a lot of work in the field of women and women empowerment and embracing women entrepreneurs. So these kind of organizations can get us into the right place. So I want you just to notice all the people here. And if there's anybody you don't know, then I'm inviting you to meet them online. Everybody is on the LinkedIn Messenger group and in the WhatsApp group. And I can't remember whether I've put you in the WhatsApp group or yet, Marlene, but I will do. So we've got a LinkedIn messaging group, a WhatsApp group. I don't have a Facebook page yet, but I know other wings do have, so that's something we could maybe look at doing. Those of you who know Jennifer Randeep, who runs the Oneness and Wisdom group, I'm following some of her lead on that. So take a look. Some of you, we have Carolina now in Chile, has replaced our previous chair there. And we have Annette in Germany who has replaced Dr. Marlene. We have Elaine coming in there from Portugal. I think everybody else has been there some time. And some of you, not obviously you because you're here, but some people I don't hear from. And I do my best to gather people in. And I've listed down on the side there all the regional chairs in your country, Maureen. You're the only one with regional chairs, which in a way is not surprising because USA is such a large country. And I think I've got everybody. And tell me if I have left anybody out on those regional chairs. We've got Lucas is in Pennsylvania, Carmen is in LA, Ruby is in Texas, Ritu is in New Jersey, New York. Melissa and Nancy, I think, are both in Maryland. Is that right, Maureen? And Marlene is Tennessee. I don't think I've left anybody out, have I? I think that's all of them. And regional chairs don't actually turn up on the G100 website, but I would like to do a portrait and a banner for all of you so that we then have the regional chairs and we can put those up in our LinkedIn group or on a Facebook page when we get around to doing that. So that's something that I'd like to put into order. And I'd also like to have more advisory council members. This is something that only happened this week. So for us, I want you to please think about that, and all of you. And the people on that are not committed to anything other than willingness to be advisors. Obviously with Liu, it's very important because he's involved with other communities that can help us spread our word. And the council is male and female. So it could be Melinda Gates, for instance. It could be, I'm going to set my vision large. So almost we could have an intention list of who do we want to have on this advisory board to support the message that we want to put out there in the world about harmony. Now, for those of you who were here, I want to try and make this move. I'm quite sure what's happening here. Get rid of that. That's what it is. So that's the spread of our world presence. Now, what happened on the last meeting in July, these were the people who were present. So this is not exclusive, but what we worked on is what was our own kind of brand of harmony. So who is here? Maureen, you're here. We talked about values, diversity, harmony, because this is something that's very strong for you. Ritu was about human technology harmony. Lucas, you're here today, leadership harmony. Cheetah, very much involved with education harmony. Elaine is looking at wellness and health very, very keenly, and she's very interested in the community. So I think actually we were going to make her community harmony. I have to check with her. There's two Elaines there. Don't actually understand what happened there. Sorry about this. Rosa, who was going to come today, but Rosa's in Brazil looking at cultural exchange. She's doing some work with children from different countries doing exchange work. Melissa was with us last time, and she was talking about equal opportunities. So the idea here is that we look at what our own special interest is in terms of harmony between men and women, and look at that as a sort of core topic. And the reason I want to do that is I would like us to put an event together. So there are several events turning up in the next short while online. The one in the middle there where you see values and volunteerism is another wing. And I'm speaking on that. This is a lady called Milan Lebre. There's a lot of speakers on that. I think I get my 15 minutes of fame. And then we've got one there. Annette is going to be at, and I'm going to be online, but Annette is going to be present in Portugal for a G100 Leadership Summit with Linda Pereira. And I'm going to be speaking on cracking the leadership life code. So that is, I will send you all the registration, because if you want to watch that online, that is October the 18th to 20th. And I want us to think about what we might do in terms of an event ourselves, because I believe if we all come to this world with music inside us, which we are meant to play no matter what, we need to play together. So that was just a little short view of what is going on around the world. There is also, and I can't find the poster, but I did see one which Jennifer's group are doing, the Oneness and Wisdom, yes, group. And I think it's September the 21st. It's online. So I will send that to you. But she has got 50 countries under her remit. We've got 17, I think I counted, or 16 countries. And then Maureen has 6 or 7 regional chairs. Now, you don't have to put regional chairs into your country, but obviously that's something, as you know from your introduction pack from Dr. Harbin as a country chair. Her goal is that country chairs invite regional chairs invite city chairs. Now, whether we get to that level of participation will grow momentum. I'm not insisting that you do that, but it's to do. So, Maureen, you've already got 6 or 7 regional chairs. We can expand that. But really it's about the goal of getting the conversations out there, if you like, the stories. And in fact, this is where I see the value of the Global Advisory Council. And that's where I'll talk to you separately about that as well for us, is that Dr. Harbin sees that as a very important level in terms of her bigger picture. So I'm trying to keep an eye on what the G100 are doing. There's a separate WhatsApp group of what all the topic wings are doing. And I would like to think about how we could, that's why I want to know what your individual key messages are, how we could put that together. And maybe in the last quarter or the first quarter of next year, put out something online as our conference. And we know people get conference blind, conference fatigue. So we've got to make sure that it's something really strong. And I do want to thank Annette for deciding to go to the Portugal event, because I know that is some amount of cost for you. Elaine actually lives literally up the road from where the event is. So there is an advantage. So I just wanted everybody to be aware of what's going on and to get some of your feedback. And Ruby's just come in. Ruby is our chair in Texas. So just in a way, handing it back to each of you, and just say hello to Ruby. Hi, Ruby. We've just been looking at some slides about everything, but thank you for being here and representing Texas. So I'd like to go around the room and get a feel for how you want to, what you think about having some kind of joint event, or do we want to go back to, obviously, we've talked before about podcasts and things like that. What we've got to be aware of is the time constraints we all have in doing what we do and how to put something together and put it out there. In terms of if we have a collective event, which represents our whole wing, I can push that out through the G100 network, as Linda is doing with hers. And also, once we expand the advisory council, we can bring in men and women. And I think we need to go for that goal, is what you think, is having men and women on our panel. And we have had one panel, we had one panel which we did with Jennifer Randy, where we had Feroz and Ponza was on there, and myself and Adriana. So we could do interview panels as well. So your thoughts, I'll pass it to Carolina and say what you think and then pass it to somebody else. Okay, we'll do that as a system.
I believe that we need to build a plan. A strategic plan in everything we need, what we want to achieve, put into in a Gantt, so we can do things in a good way, so we can collaborate. And I can work with you. This is what I do. I'm a full stack marketer, so I know how to build all this stuff. So let's do some magic.
So that's good, because I think there's two areas. One is doing something in your own country with us, and then one is doing
global,
a global one, but also understanding where the global audience is. And that's why I've joined the Global Chamber of Commerce, because potentially we put something together which is global, then I can push it out through that as well. So that's one of your expertise. Thank you.
Let's work together in that, because we need to do a strategy. So how we can work in each country and globally. What are the goals? Putting it in time, all this stuff. And other things. This is something it's happening here in Chile about the G100. I see a lot of people, but here nobody's do nothing. I did a research about all the people who belongs to the G100 here. Zero. So let's do the difference. Let's build something great here. So
well, yes, I mean that, and I think it's also about writing some posts, because I don't see many posts coming up on the LinkedIn page. So I've been looking at what Jennifer Randy is doing, and if anybody, I think Lucas, you know more about LinkedIn than I do. I think she has made a company page for her group.
Let's build one for us. Yeah,
but I want to just ask Lucas, do you know what the difference is from a company page and a page? So the one I put up is a page, but it doesn't come up as a company, which is what Jennifer's does, and it gets more prominence.
No. They have some difference, but there is no. Don't worry about that. I believe that we need to do a strategy plan, not just in LinkedIn, so in the other platforms. We need to build our own website to promote ourselves, what we do. And LinkedIn isn't just all. Yeah. Right now, Facebook is dead. We need to put our social media in TikTok, LinkedIn, and third, Instagram, and of course, YouTube. Those are the real social media. There is a lot of things that people do. For example, use a lot of hashtags. The hashtags, no, they don't serve. The algorithm didn't take them. There are a lot of stuff that normally people doesn't know, but
Yes.
I can teach you. I can teach you how to do a good net, a good a good way to achieve what we want to do with almost zero of resource of money or and stuff. Yeah, I can teach you, and it's
Oh,
easy
I
to
don't want to
do.
learn it. I just want it done. You got to be very careful about this. I mean,
Let's work. Yeah.
yes, what we need to do is there's the method, there's a strategy, but also then the application. I mean, I use LinkedIn and Instagram for my own work, and I'm always writing about authentic harmony. So it's about, but I did notice, I was studying the other wings, and I noticed that, again, Jennifer, for her wing, has a very prominent Facebook presence. So I don't know who knows how to set that up.
I can teach you. Yeah, but Facebook doesn't work right now. Yeah, Facebook is going to death in 1 or 2 years. That's the reality.
Yeah.
What-
Just
what
to add
we-
to what Carolina said, one of the channels or one of the venues that's getting a lot of traffic is YouTube these days.
I agree.
Yes,
I
If you
YouTube.
go there and
Yes.
people who hold, in some cases, I view some of the stuff on a daily basis, and they develop, not only a fan club, but literally a movement. And I think we need, whether you
We need
run
that.
it, Pauline, or somebody as the MC, to bring different people on board, whether it's us and others outside. You can do Melinda Gates too if you want. But basically,
Yes.
focusing, if we're focused on, authentic harmony in a joint custody world, to concentrate primarily the discussion around there. But there's so much happening in the world that people can bring in other ideas and thoughts into that. But I
Yes.
think from everything I see, YouTube is gaining more and more ground.
That's what I've been told.
Exactly.
And it's
YouTube and TikTok.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You-
TikTok
I
has
know
a
you-
problem because of the US government, trying to bring down,
Yes.
because it's
I've
Chinese
just
owned,
started. I've just started
whereas
using
YouTube is
TikTok.
owned by Alphabet or Google. And
You shaking your head?
I agree that YouTube. What I was going to suggest would be this: how many people are we looking at will be a part of the group? Because that will help me in what I'm about to tell you. How many? Are we
Well, there's
looking at?
17 to 20, 23 people if we count countries. and-
Okay, well, okay, and we're looking
Not
at
all
October.
active.
October, correct? October, 18th. Is that
Oh, and
okay?
October the
the date.
18th. That's
the
the
date.
conference. That's the conference in Portugal.
Okay. Wait, okay. What I was going to suggest was this: is get create a page. Let's have a page, because I'm sure most of us already have pages on YouTube. Create a platform there, and then what we could do, guys, because people really love the shorts, and I was saying that each one of our faces could come, because I do shorts continuously, and guess I get about 200 people views, and I get that in a matter of days on YouTube when I get on there and just talk about a podcast I might have coming up, and I'll get on there just briefly for 45 seconds. 45 to 50 seconds. And I tell them what I'm doing. And it'd be cool if they could see multiple faces coming on there, doing shows, talking about the same thing. That just came to my mind.
Well, that's what I
100%
visualize.
agree. Yeah.
If we've all got different slightly, that's what I did when putting the Google form together.
Okay.
So when you put up a YouTube channel, I've got my own YouTube channel and I've got just started doing shorts. Do you have to have a separate email address to set up a new YouTube? No?
I don't
No.
know what.
No,
No,
you
no.
don't
I
have to,
don't
you
think
don't have
so.
to have a, you don't have to have a separate email address. You can set up as many channels as you want under your same email address. You can just name the YouTube channel, the new
Okay.
channel that you want it to be under your same email address. And you can change the logo. It doesn't even have to show your face and your email. It will just show the logo of whatever it is that you're presenting on that particular channel. So I think that the YouTube is definitely the way to go. And the podcast doesn't have to be a like formal podcast where, you know, you got these professional mics set up. We can eventually get to that, but the easiest way to do it is to make sure that everybody has good sound, great background, and then go forward. I agree with what you're saying, Marlene, and you, Carolina, to make sure that you have different faces on the YouTube and the different stories centered around authentic harmony and positive masculinity. And that will work out really well. And everybody can do it in their time zone that is convenient for them, as long as they have a direction, you know, written out about how it needs to be conducted. That would be perfect. And then you could be the main person interviewing them. So it could be just them talking and then you interviewing them could be another format. And usually what you can do is you create a YouTube cover. It's called a cover that will show the logo with the wings and authentic harmony. So it lets everybody know. It's like the thumbnail. So when they're scrolling and they see G100 authentic harmony, oh, it's the authentic harmony wing, and they can click on it, but it'll be consistent. If they go to our channel, they'll see that thumbnail, and it's our brand. Our brand will be showing with that. So you would put that on the top of the actual video, and then you could see whatever video they wanted.
I like
Okay.
I love this.
So
I like that.
let's go to Maureen, but I understand that because we had a YouTube channel for Rotary Club that I was president of, and I can go into that and back into mine. So I do understand that. So it could be under my heading. So I could, whoever is the expert, then I get together with them and make that happen. Maureen.
Yeah, this sounds very exciting, Marlene and Carolina. We have two technicians in our midst. So amazing. So I hear the description, I hear everything that we have to do. I hear Dr. Pauline saying, I don't want to learn, I just want it done. So I agree. Well, I would love to learn, but contrary to Dr. Pauline, but I agree with you, Dr. Pauline. We need to have this as ASAP. The young people, everybody going on YouTube, and I didn't know Facebook was dead, but if it is, I mean, I don't mind. Let us migrate to what is alive, okay? And
Absolutely.
That's right, Maureen.
Want to be in the land of the living.
Okay, so as you know, I'll come to you in a minute. And if somebody can organize it, so what happened in the Rotary? Our tech guy inside Rotary set it up, and then I knew how to use it, and I could go from mine to that. So I know that's possible. I just don't know how to set it up. So it'd be great. Annette.
Yeah, I would like to come back to where you started. That you said it will be good to have a combined action, and I also think of what you said, Carolina, to have a strategy. And in my opinion, the strategy could really be really our topic, because if the world goes more, let's say, crazy, then it's really important to have this authentic harmony, and also to put the focus on men and women working together, like linking together, knowing that we really need each other, and to do it on eye level. And I also love the idea with the podcast. And what I thought is, with doing interviews, Pauline, I think it was you who has posted some very great posts about men, talking about how they want to convince other men, yeah, to also pay attention to, let's say, misbehavior of aggressive men. I know that's true for women as well, but I think it wasn't the one, Lee, I don't know his last name, where you put just a video in one of your LinkedIn posts. So my idea is to also try to find people who are already kind of known for the
Yeah.
podcasts and to interview them to get more attention.
Absolutely. I think that's really important, because I'm now tracking down this lady. She's on LinkedIn, and I want to get an interview with her. And there was a really interesting, so I'll give you an example of my lack of technology, which is where you can help me. I follow the female quotient and Shelley Zales. She posts a lot of things which are relevant to what we're talking about. So there was a really good post on Instagram, which was a little video. Now, I don't know how to take the video from Instagram and have it so that we could post it up in something we're using. So that's where I need some technical support. I've started using TikTok, and I did it once brilliantly, and then I couldn't remember how to do it again. I'm sorry. Carolina.
Yeah, sorry, I can't find where I can raise my hand. So for that
Oh,
reason,
no worries. Just put your hand up.
well, let's build the YouTube channel and everything next week. Yeah, I
Yes.
can do it. I can do all the technical stuff. But, well,
Oh,
I'm
that's
a
great.
full stack marketer, so I know how to build all this. So if everyone needs me for something, yeah, ask me. So
Okay,
yeah,
that's great. So that's why we need, and one of the things for me is we need to be actively using either the LinkedIn Messenger or WhatsApp. I mean, I don't know how else to get to you all, because what happens is I end up having to send personal messages because I don't see anybody looking at the WhatsApp group. So I'm not picking at anything. But if that is going to happen, let's make it happen. As I say, I've got a YouTube channel. If you can set it up so that I know how to get into it and how to move some of these pieces that I keep on spotting on other people's channels that we can push in there.
don't worry, don't worry.
You can do
We're
it.
going to do it. Yeah. It's easy.
Good.
It's easy. For that reason, I told you that we need to build a strategy because we need to focus in what's first, second, and plan everything. So, well, I'm so happy that everyone have an idea and everyone thinks the same. So yeah, let's
Well,
do
that's right.
some magic. Yeah.
So there's a couple of things. We've got the document from Google Forms, which I think most of you filled out. I'm not sure you have Funza, but we'll get to that. And Marlene. So basically, there's a document which has got a lot of us listed in, and glad to see Melissa there. I know you're just a picture, but Melissa, thank you for joining us, because I know you came last time. And if we look at the grid of what harmonies we're dealing with, and maybe that can be part of the theme. So we all have our certain harmony that we want to look at, and we theme under that. So if it's community harmony or values harmony or health harmony or something like that. So it takes a village to make this happen. I'm not good at technology. I need a very simple, yeah. So Annette is harmony in companies, company harmony. So we've got company harmony, community harmony, wealth harmony, and the overall aspect is obviously authentic harmony, political harmony. Now that would be an interesting one, but anyway, let's go there. And that's why also bringing in new people, Funza says economic harmony, yes. So we can take some of these topics and then allocate in the strategy who's going to be writing about them. And then we can double bank it. That's what I think is you write it on LinkedIn, you copy paste it onto Instagram, and you copy paste it onto Facebook, and then you copy paste it as well. So that's where I need some advice on. So if I know that you're expert at this, Carolina, then yes, let's work on that together. I know, Lucas, you're very good at the ideas around podcasts. So there's a second call. And I think, Marlene, you're pretty good at this technology stuff as well.
Yeah, and on
Yeah.
and podcast.
Yeah, so we know where to call on. And then once we get this organized, then we know how to push the messages out. And then we can push it out through other organizations like the Global Chamber of Commerce and the London Intercultural thing. And then in the advisory council, we bring in the right elements. That could be our way of, again, casting these posts out, but we'll have a bank of information. So what I learned when I was doing the Rotary is we had 2 meetings a month with Rotary. And once we got this YouTube channel up, I posted every meeting up there. So I know how to do that, to post it up there. But I hadn't done any shorts. I've done that on my own channel. So then we need a list of who's going to do shorts and where they're going to be posted up. So maybe, Carolina, you can help us with that. And
let's have a meeting this week, so the 4 of us, so we can plan everything.
well,
Well,
yes,
I'm-
because if, once we have the channel up, then all of you need to subscribe to it. And then can everybody post up? Does that work?
No. Yeah, but yes, but everyone needs the credential to do that. Better
Yes.
is just one person upload everything. Yes, it's for.
Well, we can
how-
work on that. I mean, there were 3 people who could post up on the Rotary one. So assuming you can have multiple, everybody could be somebody that can post up. So if
Yeah.
anybody needs instruction on that, we'll have to do that. How many of you have got a YouTube channel? Do you have one, Maureen? No.
About to set up one. That's where I need my friend Marlene. What Marlene? Where Carolina? That's where I need you. I had someone working with me on setting that up. I'm so excited. No, I don't have it, but I'm getting it ready. So Carolina, I need you.
Okay, so Carolina, you and I will get together. We'll make a list of, now we know what everybody's good qualities are. And then we'll use that grid that we had of everybody's harmonies and we'll just add to them. And then the content can go, we can have an instruction where so with the Instagram, we'd have to set up a separate one on Instagram. I don't know how to do that, so you have to help me on that. How many of you got Instagram?
I do, but I'm not very active on it.
Okay.
I'm a YouTuber.
I'll create one piece of content and I split it up and I hit all the platforms. It's just easier that way.
Okay, and then how many of you got TikTok? How many use TikTok?
I have it back.
I was not wanting to do it, but then I decided to do it because I was filming some of the music here. And then I double bank that. So if I do it on TikTok, then I put up on Instagram and then the others and then Facebook. So we could have a Facebook page following what? Who's any good at Facebook pages? Are you okay with doing that as well, Carolina?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You know, I know how to build everything, but I hate social media. I don't have social nets for me. I don't use it. I don't like them. No.
Well,
I don't have just
it's
LinkedIn. But I know how to build everything. So yeah,
Yes.
count with me.
Well, it's interesting because I don't get good traction on Facebook for business. If I post up something personal, I get lots of answers, but not with business. So, but I did notice that Jennifer had a very good G100 and also Harbeen does. The other thing I wanted to tell you about, have you heard about the She Economy G100 platform?
Yeah.
So who's using that?
She Economy was.
I haven't explored it, but it came through
know
from
it.
Harbeen again. What it is for us is it's supposed to be
It's like
platform
an
to sell.
e-commerce. Yeah, it's a platform like an e-commerce who use entrepreneurs from
Yeah.
all side of the world who show what they do. That's it.
So again, it's Dr. Harbeen's, and it's free to anybody to use it. But I was just thinking, if
Yeah.
anybody wants to put their book up there or use it, it's called the She Economy. But I started looking at the other day and I didn't understand it, so that was just me and my technology.
No, it's for example me. I do advices to. And so I put my face, I said, hey, I am Carolina from Santiago, Chile. I'm a full stack marketer and I charge, I don't know, $100 per hour. If you want to contact me, add me to the basket. That's it.
Okay. Right. Now, watching the time as well, what I want to do is to take a photograph of us all. So I wondered if Ruby and Melissa, do you have your cameras?
The
Ruby?
video.
Ruby, I know you've got your video, Ruby. And there you are, Melissa. Ruby? Ruby, there she is. Okay. So this is part of making more publicity for us. So let me just see if I can do this. Smile, everybody. Okay. I don't think that was a very, there wasn't a very good one, but let me just, whoops. Has anybody else got a screensaver?
Yo.
If you have, then please take one.
Oh, wait. Say cheese, and I'm going to take one.
Cheese.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Good, excellent. Because I can't, again, I'm not sure what my screensaver. So now just, this is fantastic. So Carolina and I will put together a strategy and you'll help me put the YouTube channel up, and then we'll have instructions on and what you can post up, and think about your particular something harmony, and let's try and get that out. I'm going to investigate the LinkedIn page and whether it should be a company page. I'm just intrigued about that because Jennifer seems to be getting more coverage with that being different. So I don't know whether that's true. The other thing is, I want to give everybody an opportunity if they have something they want to put. Marlene has a specific offer for anybody who would like to contribute. And Annette has already put her name in the frame, and I will too, but it's a book collection of stories, kind of short stories of inspiration, and it's called The Wealth of Discomfort. Marlene, you would love everybody if they would like to get involved. There's no cost to you. It's a collective effort. Marlene, just take a couple of minutes to explain what it is.
Okay. I started in January with a leap year challenge, and leap year challenge was to have 500 by the end of 2024. So I call it 500 moments of discomfort. And so that's what I started calling it. So it was on my post every Tuesday. And so I had started collectively getting at least 10 stories per week. And so each month I started getting people reaching out saying, Marlene, this needs to be a book. Why don't you turn this into a book? And I said, I don't know right now. And so every other month I kept getting people telling me this, guy. So I decided to step out of my comfort zone and do it. So now what I'm doing is I'm putting together 50 stories per book, and that'll be 10 books when I'm finished with it. And I'm going to start off, I was telling Pauline, as it's going to be digital, ebook from the start, and then I'll turn it into a print. For this reason, because I'm going to also do a podcast on everybody who will be involved in the book. I want people to get to see your face, hear your voice, even if it's just for a short period of time. I want them to be able to know who you are, know about your expertise, all of it, and then they'll read your story. And so, that'll be 50 stories people, so when they get ready to look at the book and the donation, I will be donating to a nonprofit, and there'll be two groups. And there'll be two groups in each book. There'll be two sections, and there'll be two themes. So I mean, one theme may be, I think you said the other day, Pauline, you said, what was it that you said the other day you'd like yours to be? Because you mentioned the group to me. So that's like if you wanted one to be, if you want adversity or whatever it is that you'd like to come up with, a theme. And your group, a group of 25 individuals. So if you said, well, Marlene, I'd like to be a thought leader. A thought leader, what they do is start off, they write, which is one page or page and a half. And then you give your story to three people, only three people you give it to, and they read it. And if they say, I like this idea, I'd like to pursue this with you. So then what they're ready, then they're going to write their story, starting off with, I was inspired by Pauline's story dealing with blank. And then they're going to tell their story. And then those, the three people that she just invited, each one of those three will then get three people to the same thing. So you'll end up with 13 stories. You need 25 in your. So at the end of it, I decided just to do one more.
So
making it.
So can you write some notes about that in either the WhatsApp or because I copied you in on the email, so you've got all the email addresses.
So you know, go on Tuesday or now. Okay, temporary stop.
And we could also use some of the.
May you free do your exam.
Or the podcast to go into the new YouTube channel. Yeah, so this is where if you want to podcast and interview us, then
okay.
And at the moment, yeah, Marlene, I have added you to the LinkedIn Messenger group, and I'm not sure whether I've added you to the WhatsApp group, but I will do that.
Okay.
So from and it would be good to have stories from men. So I know you're a very busy man.
Yes, absolutely.
It's only a page.
It's
only a page, but having a man's point of view, I think is going to be important in all these stories and all the podcasts.
Exactly. And you choose the nonprofit. Choose a nonprofit. They let me know, because I'll be doing the donation from the book. Okay, but what I want to do for all of you though is to show credibility. I want to show how credible you are as leaders by committing your stories to awareness. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
You may not be growing. You may not be growing.
Sorry, hang on. Feroz, did you have a thing? Then Carolina.
Is that I not be if you said it's not professional.
Oh, somebody's talking behind the scenes there.
Ruby, your mic is open.
Okay. Yes. It may not align with your own goals. It may not align with your managerial level.
Ruby.
I can't hear you talking.
Yeah.
You can.
Feroz, what are you going to say?
Okay. Well, I just wanted some real-time thinking here, following up on what Caroline said about strategy and so on.
But
last year, when we touched on that topic, we wanted, there's a global viewpoint of what we're trying to do with authentic harmony and joint custody world, and bringing, the two genders together to function and get the best out of everybody on the planet, right? But there was a component of that was important, which was we realized, certainly over the last year or so, that some of the issues at the granular lower level were different between regions and countries, right? There were some issues that were unique to some of the South American countries, Brazil and so on, from, say, the UK or the US and, parts of Asia and so on. So part of the larger strategy, obviously, is to have the template for what we're trying to do in a global sense, empower women more, but also include men in, so that it's not a one-sided show.
agree.
Yeah,
I
That,
agree.
you know, we hold up the sky together, not just the men. And it's not as if there's a shift to just women now and the men get left out, because we need the power and the values and the talents of both. But the other side was that underneath it all, in terms of real actionable stuff, we needed to focus on different issues in different countries or regions of the world, because cultures have developed differently. And to improve and change those cultures, we need to approach it differently. So I'm just saying all this in the context of the strategy that we talked about.
Yes.
But
It has
what
to
I
be.
like about what we are trying to do with YouTube, by the way, since there's so many millions of people who watch it every day, is it is an opportunity for the female half of humanity to become the voices of reason at a time when things are going to hell in a handbasket around the world. Okay? And so it is very important, I feel, that the world hear you guys and others like you, and that you interview people, not only men and women, but certainly more women, because the women need to speak up about some of the challenges that we face, whether they're related to
Absolutely.
the suffering from the cruelties of war, to injustice, to the issues that are happening with respect to the financial system, the issues that, you know, ordinary men and women find when they go to shop at the supermarket and so on. There is a need out there. People are hankering for a voice of reason at a time, and a lot of people are just wanting to be warmongers or benefit financially and all that stuff. So I think we have a wonderful opportunity to spread what G100 is trying to do, but in the context of today's issues. The messages will change over time, right? But I think it's that visibility that's important. And I certainly would like to hear from more females from around the world of all ages in terms of their issues and their concerns and what they're trying to do about it. And certainly introduce the males in the process, because they are enablers of what you are trying to accomplish in G100.
Absolutely.
Can be very good enablers. But I think we want to create this movement so anybody can sign up and watch one YouTube and say, oh, I want to listen to more of this kind of conversations and learn from it and take action as a result. Because that's how we will grow, because it's far bigger than, you know, us few who are trying to change the world. Because we need millions on board to be acting differently and to be stepping up and taking action. So
absolutely.
I'll shut up. That's what I'm thinking real time right now.
Well, this is why I'm looking at the top end, and I want Melissa. I think Melissa has something to say here, but it's about this the not the top end, but it's local, what's happening in your region, and then it's what's happening in the world, and it's employing. And I really would love you all to read what I'm writing, because I keep on writing about this, and I want to get people like I say not just Melinda Gates, but Shelley Zellis and the Feminine Quotient and all these people coming to our website stroke YouTube channel. So Melissa, did you have something you wanted to say? Because I think you.
Dr. Marlene said she had to leave, but she asked me if I would make the announcement for the Transforming Pain into Purpose book launch event. And so I'm going to just drop the website in the chat box. And if you get an opportunity to just pop on the website that has all the information, that has all the information, and feel free to share it. So that's the announcement. Thank you.
Thank you. So the other thing on the YouTube channel is that, and I haven't used it on my own, is the community link, isn't there? There's the shorts, which we can start doing, which are under a minute, but also the community posts we can post up there. So if everybody has access to this YouTube channel, you can post in the community just what is going on in your local area. And that's an important part of making it abundant, because you have to get something like 10,000 hours on the YouTube channel or something like that, isn't it, Carolina, before you can actually monetize it? You've got to get a certain hours then in it.
300. Yeah,
300.
3,500. Sí, they are 3,500. Yeah, 300.
Okay, so if we
3,000,
could do
3K, 3.5K hours of visualization. This is when you can monetize.
Yeah.
3.5. Yeah.
Okay, so let's make that a goal, and we can repurpose all the stuff we've already written. So we've all written lots of things which are focused on our own area of harmony, because we're all passionate about what we're doing, and just hone it under our particular version of harmony. And then the other thing before we finish is to think about the event. Do we want to do something which is in this time zone, or this time zone in Africa? Our contact in Manila, who sadly has never made it to one of the meetings because I haven't had her at the right time, but I think she would quite like to do something from Asia. So we could do something, we could maybe create a model for an event and then replicate it on Asia timing. Because I haven't heard from Supriva or Newsrat for a long time. So that we can think about that. So I want you to think about what kind of overall event. If you make sure you look out for the two that I posted in this slide, and I'll put them on the WhatsApp act. So there's three actually. There's one that Jennifer's doing, there's one that Values and Volunteerism doing, and then the one that Annette and Elaine and myself are on. Those are the three that I know about, but there will be others. So see if you can keep an eye out for them and see what the format is and how they do things. Is there anything we could do down in South Africa, Ponza? Maybe we can do something when we get a model for an event. We could do something on your networks down there.
Yeah, we could, Dr. Pauline. We just missed a very pertinent month, though. August is Women's Month in South Africa.
Oh.
We've been really great to rally behind that. Yeah, we've been really good to rally behind the events because it's quite big. There's celebrations, there's awards, there's various industries recognizing women. But it's not lost. I suppose let's sit with the planning and just see with Carolina what we fit it in.
Well, I think then let's focus on next March, because March, as well as everything else. But I was just thinking for our wing, if we did something special for International Women's Day, which is about harmony, and do some awards. I mean, think about people that we want to award who are men and women who are prominent.
And I think to your point, as well as Annette's point, it could be good to recognize the everyday kind of ordinary women, but also quite powerful women, to lead to some, attraction factor into the community.
Yes. I've just met a very strong woman who I think will be a good advocate for us. She's actually from Sri Lanka, but she's now in America. She's Tamil, and they're very strong, balanced society. I don't know whether anybody knows anything about the Tamil culture, but she was explained to me that in the Tamil culture, there's no taking of anybody else's name. So the woman does not take the man's name and the man doesn't take the woman's name. They have one name and that's it. And there's equality is absolutely prominent everywhere. So have a look at that. They got cast out of Sri Lanka at a certain time for 20, 40 years ago. You probably know more about this than me. For us, I don't know, but they were banished from Sri Lanka and ended up forced to go to India, I think, or America. But interesting culture. And the other one to look at is the Prime Minister or President of Iceland. She is a phenomenal woman, quite recently in post, and she is phenomenally balanced. there's an article I want to post to you all that was an interview with Holly Branson about her 8 points of how to run a country, how to run anything. And they're absolutely brilliant. I think you sent me that, didn't you, Froz?
Oh, yes.
Froz is excellent at ascending. And so anything that you send me, I'm going to post up onto our joint things. Is there anything else that we need to look at the moment? I think we've covered quite a lot. I want you to be ready to act once we get this YouTube up. And I had that experience with running the Rotary YouTube, so I need all your support. It ended up being just me. Annette, please.
Yeah, just a short update. So Hedi, you know her, I don't know if the others know her. We've had a conversation, and at present the problem is that it's not yet clear in which wing Hedi is. And Hedi said, as long this has not been clarified with Habin, and she's already been in contact with Habin, then we'll postpone the event that we have planned.
Okay.
And thing is, I saw it on the list as to denim partners. Yeah, I've been looking for some. Only today I had a nice conversation with somebody in India, and I recommended G100 to him to maybe be a denim partner in India. And at the same time, I would prefer to have a denim partner here in Germany. So far, I haven't been successful. I still keep my eyes open.
Excellent, excellent. Yes, any of you can put a denim partner into your region or your area, as for us is for all of us. Carolina.
I have a denim partner, yeah, but the problem is that Oscar doesn't speak English, just Spanish. So I would love to work with him. Yeah, he's the best guy I ever met here, but he doesn't speak English.
Well, it would be excellent for you locally. So maybe, yeah, I would go for it. Okay, I know that we've come to time. I know we need to leave. So let's keep an eye on the correspondence coming together. And when we have our session at the last Saturday of September, we will have Yu come in from London and any other denim partners or advisory council. So is that a message? There was a message there. Did you see that, Phumza?
Phumza, this is Melissa. I dropped a message in there. I'll be visiting South Africa, so don't know if it's the near you or not, but I would love to connect with you on WhatsApp, and I put my number in there.
Okay, so Melissa's going to South Africa, October to November. Connect up. Did you see that, Phumza? In the chat. If not, I'll send it to you.
Absolutely, absolutely, Melissa. I'd love to definitely connect. Yeah. Let me just pick up your number here and then I'll be in touch, yeah?
Okay, that's really good. And remember, if you want to be in Marlene's book, to get in touch with her, she's going to be on the WhatsApp group and on the other one. And Carolina will get together. I'll talk to you to put a date together. And any of you want to write for Marlene's book, just send her a message on LinkedIn or whatever.
Me?
Yeah, Carolina?
Yeah, count with me. I have a good story to tell.
Yes? Sorry.
Huh?
I lost track. Who wanted to speak? Carolina, did you want to say something?
No,
okay.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I wanted to add as to the book. I've already sent my text to Marlene, and yeah, so and the topic I would like to have my text in the chapter is peace. What else?
Oh, peace, yes. Okay, so and yeah, it would be good if we all put a piece onto Marlene's book as well, and then she'll be our chair for Tennesse. So remember, and it's all about how we connect non-for-profits in there as well. Anyway, all my wonderful wing, thank you for being here. I think we've got a lot done. And as I say, make sure your calendar's marked for the last Saturday of September. It's always the last Saturday. And in between time, for us, I want to get you together with you.
Yeah.
Me, we'll do that. And
I'll probably miss the next meeting,
yeah.
Pauline, because I'm traveling to the UK in September. So I'll be on the road somewhere in England.
Okay.
Might not be able to join.
You and I will get together with you before that. I just want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Ruby. Thank you, Fomza. Thank you, Annette. Thank you, for thank you, Carolina. And Fomza, make sure you get better. We want you to get better. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you.
Everyone, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.